Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again, I am very grateful to be able to be here addressing you all. Times are not easy. Lots of things happening at the same time. Even you who are already on the journey, who are much closer to the fifth dimension, still suffer the effects of everything that is happening. The great wisdom today is to just let yourself go, not focus on problems when they appear. Just accept it, experience the problem, analyze and solve it. There is no despair or rush. The feeling that you are always late, that you are always unable to complete all the tasks is constant. And I tell you one thing, what are tasks? There are many daily routines, those boring routines that don't add anything, just allow you to live very focused on your bodies and your family. Work, household chores, children, everything is involved at this point. There are those tasks that appear suddenly, and that break this whole well-armed circus, which you already know. It's as if some of the foundations of this circus were ripped away and suddenly you found yourself having to fulfill that task that appeared, but also solve the problem of the circus that is falling apart. Because you can no longer keep your tasks in order, because something different has appeared, something new that is completely taking up your time. And the circus is falling apart, nothing is going well anymore, nothing is going correctly anymore. Then the charge increases, you begin to despair, because you can't complete the new task and you can't even keep the circus afloat. What's the solution? The solution is to give each thing the importance it has. What is more important? Solve the new task that has appeared, which is urgent. Yes, it is urgent, but what if the circus collapses? Won't it be more complicated to get the circus back on its feet? So I would say, there is a learning experience there. Learning to set schedules, set goals. Not future goals, but the goal for that day. So you have a new task to accomplish, it's important, it's urgent, but you can't let the circus fall apart. So what to do? Set a time for each thing, don't let the urgent task take up all your time, and the circus gets worse and worse. Because you will reach a point where you will neither be able to complete the task nor put the circus back in place. Everything is important to you. Anything that goes out of line is a total imbalance. Each commitment made must be fulfilled, as each commitment is also made in the universe. So, if you are that person who makes commitments and never follows through on them, what are you planting? You are planting a person who is completely disorganized and who cannot get where he needs to go at the moment he has set. You can't do what you need to do in the time you set. This is not good. So that's why I told you here not to plan. Planning is opening yourself up to problems, because you plan and then don't follow through, and this remains like a little mark in the universe, that nothing you mark, plan, you accomplish. Wisdom is in living each moment. What will be done today? What do I have to do today? This is the question of the first hours of the day, what do I have to do? Set times for each thing. It doesn't need to be a time written down on paper or with an alarm clock on the clock, but you should know that all those tasks will have to be done that day, and you need to fulfill them. So make a list of simple tasks at the start of the day. Don't give so much value to just one. The task may be urgent, but the circus cannot fall apart. So what do you have to do? Divide the time. Some time will be spent working on the task, another time will be spent keeping the circus afloat. And so things fall into place. You can solve all the tasks. Desperation, discouragement, nervousness, anxiety, what do? They transform tasks that would be simple at first, into little monsters. When you think about the task, it unfolds into an ugly and horrible animal, making faces at you. When in fact, you would have to be grateful to have so many tasks. I would say that the amount of tasks you have is proportional to what you take on. If you cannot handle all the tasks you have, ask for help, share tasks with other people. But you don't do that, you want to show yourself that you are capable of doing millions of things at the same time. This is ego. I centralize everything, because everything has to go my way. Ego. No one is good enough to do your things. Ego. So take on as many tasks as you are capable of completing. Taking on tasks to please others is not good, because others start to demand you, they don't know how many tasks you have to do. They know that you have a commitment to them and will keep demanding you. And you are desperate on this side, trying to answer what they want and the other tasks you have. So stop making commitments that you are unable to fulfill. There's no point in wanting to hold the whole world in both hands, it does not fit. Learn to say no, learn to say, I can't right now, I have a lot of tasks to do. I can't. That's what you have to do, because otherwise, it will be another commitment made and probably not executed. I would say to you, that you stress yourself unnecessarily, not everything has to be done with iron and fire. You repeat the same tasks every day, it gets tiring, for anyone, it's tiring. What to do to change? Not doing the task? No, this is not the way. The way forward is to do tasks differently, not follow the same routine every day. Because this is tiring, this is bad for you. I've already said this here, do it differently, change the order, don't have an order to complete the tasks, do each day differently. It will make your brains rack, because he was used to following that path every day. And now you're changing every day, he doesn't know what to do anymore. And then what happens? It opens up to the new, it opens up to that new path you just created. And this refreshes the brain, takes away that feeling of routine. Those tasks that you may not do from time to time, don't do. Give yourself a rest, you follow many conventions. Everything has to be extremely tidy, fragrant, cute. For whom? Unless you are one of those people who receive visitors all day long. I would say that you have to keep your house tidy, because your house is your personality. Every home takes on the personality of whoever takes care of it. But I would say at least you do things differently. But on that day when you know that no one will come to your house, don't do anything, rest. No one will understand, but I would say that whoever complains, do it for yourself. And so people will start to realize that you are not a robot, that you do the same things every day, in the same way. They will realize that you have a brain, that you think, and even more so, that you have your own will, regardless of what others think is right or wrong. Change your routines. Make the brain create new pathways. This is very good, because this way you feel like it's like new tasks every day. Don't let yourself get into this routine so much. If you walk to work, walk to different places, take different transport, go a little earlier, so you can walk a little, look around calmly, with joy. You can make your days better, you just have to give each task the importance it has. It may even be urgent and you really have to wait until the circus goes down to complete that task. As long as you know that the next day, you're done and will take care of getting the circus up again. What you cannot do is assume an emergency 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, because when you return, the circus has already collapsed, and then it will be much more complicated for you. Everything has urgency, but when planning something, how long will it take to do that task? When giving the answer, add a few extra days, never specify exactly what it will be, because unforeseen events happen, such as a new urgent task on top of the one that already existed. So, what will you do? Are you going to pull out your hair? It's no use, being bald is no use. So, give the importance that each task has, and I would say that none is more important than the other, they are all tasks. And within them, you can give more time to the one that is most urgent, but always imagining that you will meet that urgency, but you have to keep your circus running, so the other tasks will also be accomplished. Set daily goals, and you will realize that this way, you don't stress, you manage to deliver everything and keep the circus running, without any support being removed. Think about it. Don't suffer for things that don't matter. What would I say is important in your lives? The spiritual walk, the diet, the way of thinking, speaking and acting. Everything else, all the other tasks are unimportant, because they are created by this world that you live in, with exactly one purpose, to make you repetitive, tired, discouraged, stressed and many other adjectives, so that you actually get out of line and don't have time for the first tasks that I said here, which are the ones that are really important. Everything else is mundane, everything else is aimed at throwing you off your feet. Being organized is a quality. Being too organized is a defect, too little. So learn that everything has to be balanced. There's no point in wanting to keep everything shining and impeccable, and your health going down the drain. Just think about this, at the rate you go, you could get sick from exhaustion. So, who will do the tasks? Who will keep that circus going? So this is another concern that you have. So I say, when you worry that you might get sick, you are planting that too. So, what you have to plant every day is, I am capable of carrying out all the tasks of my day to day, with calm serenity and lots of light. Put this sentence on a board, where you can, when you get up, read it. And with that, you will be making a statement to the universe, and you will be attracting all the light necessary to fulfill these tasks. And I insist again, plan today. Tomorrow, whenever it is tomorrow, you plan. Unforeseen events happen, surprises happen, new tasks may arrive. So don't plan too far, plan day by day. And you will see how that feeling of doing and always being late will go away. Because at the end of the day you will say to yourself, I completed all the tasks with love and joy. That's it, and you start to believe that. Then you can tell me, but I didn't fulfill them all. It doesn't matter, the ones you fulfilled with love and joy and you planted that. So more and more, your tasks will be easier, because you are doing them with love and joy, even those boring tasks. Always repeat, I carry out this task with love and joy. You have no idea what this causes at that moment. Now, this has to be spoken from the heart and not from the mouth. The heart has to be happy and calm to say this. Try it. These are simple habits, but they will make a big difference in your life. I guarantee.